Welcome to the 3 Dot Show on the 3 Dot Podcast Network. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at 3 Dot Podcast or contact us at 3dotpodcast@gmail.com. All right, as I said in our new intro here, follow us at 3 Dot Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Trying to get numbers up there, so get some subscriber numbers up. I hate doing that, but we're going to keep doing it. Shout out to Cody and Josh, some new listeners this week that have made their listens known. And as I was telling you guys, we're over 300 subscribers, or 300 views, 19 subscribers. And if you don't subscribe, there's a chance of death.
There always is.
That's my point.
It's never zero.
Filet is not here again. James is here, sorry. I didn't mean to roll over you.
No. Yeah, fuck it.
Phil is going to see Mark Norman tonight, which is the first valid excuse I'll give him.
Sure. Valid-ish.
Yeah.
There's other nights he does
Mark
it.
Norman, though, right?
And also, yeah, there's other nights he does the comedy. He's not in Toledo for one night. And
on
top of that, he could have offered, hey, could we record Friday?
That is true. He didn't even throw that out there.
No. Not a single.
Also, Mark Norman's actually a comedian I like, so we can stop the hipster thing. He's a newer comedian that I like.
Okay.
That's progress.
He has very old comedy style.
So that's not the point. That was never the question.
Okay. All right.
I like what I like. Murph is off the website. Job.
You let him go?
Yep.
You didn't want to run that by me?
I don't have to.
It just seems like I thought it would have an email, a CC. It just would have felt more professional.
To let you know that he's not on the website?
Yeah, it's a little important to me.
Well, we're doing it on there. How's that important?
I care about Murph.
I care about him too, but he can't do it. So I'm not.
You gotta let me know the guy got fired from a job he's not even getting paid for.
Exactly. Well, I'm letting you know now. So it's now going to be back on you, me, and Phil to do the website.
Man. I don't know. Murph
news.
couldn't do it. Murph couldn't do
true.
it. I don't know if we can.
It just kept being delayed, and I know he's busy with stuff, and then, the other day, he took, 15 hours to answer, just how's the website doing?
So what?
And then didn't even acknowledge it, so I'm like, okay, well...
He's got a life and a job. An abandoned husband from Vermont, maybe.
We will get to that. Also, part of the intro, I'm working on a price plan to try to sell a couple ads locally.
Oh.
Just
like
quick
you've reached
spots,
out to
live
some
reads. No, I'm about to. I'm working. I wanted to have prices rather than just be like, hey, you want an ad? How much? I'll get back to you. I wanted to actually have some numbers ready to go.
Okay.
Part of what you were hinting at with the Vermont thing, we have a listener submission today that we're going to get to, but we also have someone working on a parody.
It's kind of our first ad.
That's true. That is true. You guys will hear that in a minute, and we also have some parody songs being worked on, which is very exciting. Microwave Guy's putting together a parody song.
Does he want people to know that it's him? Microwave Mike? Micro Mike?
Well, it's here now. I said it. It's a little bit late for that. But no.
I'm excited for it.
For people who don't know, on one of our episodes, I pitched a TLC show for Dave, my buddy. He's catfishing someone as a scam, and he's also getting catfished, and this guy named Carl shows up. Dave and Carl end up falling in love. They moved to Vermont and started bed and breakfast. And then Dave's wife ends up coming into that bed and breakfast by chance, and he leaves Carl and their daughter, who's Greek, to go back with his wife. And that was going to be the show.
Yep.
And then Carl ends up just shoving pancakes into the faces of mannequins. He kind of loses his mind. And we follow Dave's story. This is an ad for a new show from the perspective of Carl.
Hey, 3 Dot Podcast, it's Carl, coming at you from the set of my new TLC show, Life as an Abandoned Single Father Raising a Fat Greek Daughter Who's Definitely Not a Mannequin in a Vermont B&B. Also starring my mother, who's also conveniently not a mannequin. And the three of us are going to get up to some shenanigans, so be sure to catch us every night at 9 p.m.
Yeah, why don't you tell them how you treat your mother?
Shut up, Mother. Go back to your room.
No, I'm not going back there. Tell them how you hit me and you locked me in the cellar.
I said, shut up, Mother. Go back to your room.
No, I'm not going. I said, shut up. No. Oh, no.
Just go.
Oh.
Anyways, catch us every night at 9 p.m. on TLC. Now, if you want to look us up on the internet, we have a website, www.tlc.vermontcarl/greekdaughter/notamannequin/lookingfordave.com. You can catch us on Twitter at VermontCarl. Well, if you see Dave, give him a message for me. When I find him, and I will, I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch this time. Bye.
So that was Vermont Carl.
As a listener, it had created the ad, yeah, as they had thought, from Dave's perspective.
That's true. You're not a fan of, because I played it for you before we started the show. You were not a fan of that rendition of Carl.
No, I think there's a different storyline here. I think we don't have all the facts.
Storyline. That's the part of the TLC show.
True.
They each have a spin-off show now.
Yeah, and I just don't think we have all the facts. And I like to picture my Carl as a hot Carl, sort of like in Talladega Nights, to where he pictures baby Jesus as an Asian baby Jesus.
Sure.
I picture my Carl as hot Carl.
That's true, because
he's well put together.
Whoever it was that made the Twitter account, like the picture, it doesn't look like that guy.
No.
The guy we just heard in the audio. It could be.
Could be.
Do you ever suspect someone, I guess?
Clean on the outside, sick on the
dark,
inside.
Dark underneath. Yeah. 100%.
Kind of like a pancake.
But anyway, yeah. So if anyone else wants to submit audio, we'll listen to it, and we will most likely play it, because why not?
Yeah.
But I think that's a good advertisement.
Yeah, send us stuff.
Tune in to TLC 9 o'clock every night, apparently. Because he said every single night.
Yeah.
Also, I'm concerned
There's a lot of content there.
I'm concerned for his mother.
There's an inkling of fear for that. There's potentially somebody should call someone.
Not us.
No, fuck no.
Not for jurisdiction. On to something more real. My wallet was returned.
Oh, it made it.
From Minnesota, yes.
You know what they say, that's close to Vermont.
And someone, or the woman who found it and mailed it, put a card for the service plaza, or the travel plaza, in my wallet.
Just marketing.
I agree, but that part was weird to me.
It is
I
odd.
get it's friendly, and I get it's like, haha, you left it here, come visit again. But that part was weird. Look, you put aside when you lose your wallet, someone's going to hold it. Someone's going to be in it. You don't picture someone like putting something into your wallet. You know, makes it more real.
I'd like to think as kind of a lady she is, she goes, this guy's forgetful, clearly. He left his wallet.
Right.
Maybe we'll forget where he lost it, so he won't be able to tell the story accurately. You know what? I'll give him the spot.
You think she was thinking of content?
100%.
100%. No, I was like, oh, that's fun. It's not really that funny. It kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
Could be a me issue.
Yeah, it could be the chloroform on it. That could be the problem.
I just need knocked out.
Yeah.
No, but I believe it's the Whitewater Travel Plaza.
Yep,
This
I think
is
you did say that.
There in Minnesota.
Because it reminded me of Whitewater and how we talked about some of the mushroom strains that guy has from Mr. Trips,
Oh, yeah.
Steve. He texted me again today.
He followed up.
He just wanted to update me that he will be in Ann Arbor on this Saturday, as he says he'll be there every Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say,
from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Did you hint that we didn't believe him?
I didn't say shit to him, and he just reached out to me again. So,
should we call him? I don't know.
Hey, I'll call you every Thursday because I know you're in Ann Arbor.
I know you're in Ann Arbor every Saturday. I'm going to call you Thursday.
Where else are you? On a Thursday, where are you?
That's
if you're
true.
not in Ann Arbor, where?
We should just call someone and ask where they are.
Hey, where you at? Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we'll do more with that. Maybe I'm regretting using my regular phone number.
That was a wild move.
We'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Like, you were worried about me calling a diner with my number, and you're calling Mr. Trips.
You want to hear about a wild move?
Of course.
I was at a wedding in Dublin, Ohio last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty nice venue. Pretty expensive venue.
Okay.
Somebody at some point had decided in the men's restroom to shit and then to use smoking a blunt as potpourri. So
are you sure that was
they were
what
shitting
happened?
and also smoking a blunt because I could hear them.
Are you sure it wasn't the other way around? They were shitting to try to cover up the weed?
I feel like that'd be tougher to plan. But I thought it was a wild move. Hearing somebody cough and smelling shit in the bathroom as I'm trying to piss, I was like, Jesus Christ, you really like, and it didn't help. I'm gonna be honest; those two smells do not mix well.
What an animal. Honestly.
So,
That actually is an insane move.
definitely not allowed.
Well,
Definitely
no. Why
not
are
allowed.
you doing that in the bathroom to begin with? That's a confined area. Like, if you're trying not to
Go
get
outside and
caught,
smoke your weed.
was it an actual, like, blunt or something? Or was it a vape?
If it was a vape, it had
strongest
like
vape.
smoke
The
and
resin
weed smell.
shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
It did not. It didn't smell like a vape to me. I could see you just sitting on the toilet, take a couple of hits from your dab pen. Sure. I mean, a little degenerate, but maybe.
Right. That's somewhat more acceptable socially.
Yeah. So
If you're just burning a blunt in the middle of the bathroom, you have bigger issues than whatever is coming out of you.
yeah. So that was a sign for how the rest of the wedding would go.
Was it bad?
Couple of drunk couples. Just
Fight?
felt like everywhere I went, they were just arguing with each other.
Man, that's never a good look.
Dancing wasn't great. I felt like I couldn't get drunk enough to enjoy it. I'm sorry to the people who had the wedding. If you listen, wasn't my
Oh,
favorite
shit.
wedding. Wasn't my favorite. I'm sorry. But
Did you have to drive after? Is that why you didn't get drunk? Or was it
I just couldn't
just
get
a bad
drunk enough
vibe.
to enjoy it.
bad
yeah.
vibe?
Yeah, I just could not get drunk enough to enjoy it. So, yep, that was a good time.
Sounds like it. Wish I would have been there. I don't. Yeah, well, go ahead. You can go ahead.
Oh,
You go ahead.
yeah. So,
well,
I guess I'll
well,
hop to
just-
another weed related topic
Oh,
from
Jesus,
that
all
same
right.
weekend.
Okay.
Um,
Mr. Trips.
no, I
Alright.
felt old. And it happens sometimes, not often.
Okay.
Still think I'm a young buck in rut,
Sure.
And so we got home from the wedding. So I dropped Grace and her mom off, at the front of the
Oh,
hotel.
they all went?
Then I
Was
parked.
it like her family friends?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So parked at the hotel, and then I go to walk in, and there's maybe 5, probably 14 to 16-year-olds
And
outside smoking weed. They just stepped out the side door of this hotel. Pretty nice hotel.
right.
Just started sparking up joints. And I was like, damn. And one of them is like, is there a wedding? And I was like, well, there was. And I was like, also, you guys are smoking weed? And I'm like, yeah, you want some?
Oh my God.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, I've never felt.
There's some cocky ass kids.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just not with it, man. You just fucking spark up right outside the building. Later, cops got called because those kids were being fucking menaces.
I'm
and
sure.
their parents, because as I was walking by the room, the room door was open. Parents were in there smoking weed in the room. So they clearly didn't give a fuck.
So like the kids went out thinking they have to hide from the parents, and the parents sent the kids out.
Maybe
'cause
they're
they-
trying to keep their weed away from their parents.
Well, I'm saying, ran over me. Just ran over me. What the fuck?
Not to hide it.
No, but I'm saying they were probably like, all right, kids, go play, so that they could smoke, not in front of them. And then the kids are like, all right, we need to get away so we can smoke.
Maybe, I don't know. Just a fucked up situation.
Although the parents probably rolled the joints. I can't imagine 15-years-olds are out here rolling prime joints.
I mean, I was.
15?
I wouldn't say they were prime.
Well, that's why I'm saying-
They weren't primo. And I didn't see these kids' joints. They could have been shitty. The
Well,
weed
then how'd you know
smelled
they were
good.
joints?
Okay. So I've seen it from a distance.
Okay,
I could see
okay.
a joint.
I was never a roller. Just blunts, sure, but that's easy. But like joints, never.
Really?
Also, just preferred blunts anyway.
I prefer joints. I think it was the whole Wiz Khalifa era that made me think
Facts.
that joints are just better.
Papers.
Yep.
For those I work with, I no longer partake.
I got more stuff from the
I just
weekend,
want to
but-
make sure we get that out there. This is
Yeah.
speaking in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, I was probably their age. But I would have fucking went and hid somewhere and smoked outside.
Right, the boldness is what's alarming.
Yeah, right by the door, and then you see somebody, you ask them if there's a wedding going on, and then you're like, also, would you like to...
Hey, adult.
Hey, adult stranger, would you like to smoke weed with me?
Yeah, there's so many things wrong with that.
I don't think they teach it in health class anymore.
What? Wait.
Those kids were exactly the videos that happened in health class that never happened to me in real
the gateway
life.
drugs?
You're like, hey, kid, you want some drugs?
Yeah,
Except it was the kids. Like,
when-
hey, fucking old man, you want some drugs?
When we were at a DARE program, they warned us about older people offering us drugs, and now it's the younger people offering old people drugs.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to be offering GHS, and it's going to be... We're going to end up like Fremont police officers and end up losing our job.
I say Hubble.
It is, yeah.
My uncle works for him.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
Sorry,
they supply electrical shit. I
Yeah.
sell electrical shit.
He sells electrical shit.
Oh, I never knew this.
Interesting.
I'll have to meet him. What's his name? Steve Blue?
No.
That's my Hubble rep's name. I was so close.
That would have been great. He has the same last name as me, and you just never put it together. You want to keep going? I want to do my chicken topic that I texted you about.
Sure.
No, I was just curious.
Chicken.
So we were at dinner with Haley's mom and stepdad. I always find it weird to say stepdad when it's like an adult.
Yeah, you should
and
definitely
the
say
dad's still
stepdaddy.
alive. No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know it's the right term.
It feels disrespectful.
Right, because he's still around. It's not like... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But we were talking, and he was saying he was somewhere, they were crab fishing, and they used chicken. And crabs come in and eat it, or whatever.
Yeah,
Do
you
whatever
told me
they do.
this, which is fucked.
Right. And I'm saying, is there a more preyed upon delicious animal than a chicken? To the point where creatures from the ocean that have no idea of land, let alone chickens, still know to eat it. Everything eats chicken. Everything loves chicken. Anywhere in the world.
Okay. So, fish probably would eat chicken.
But
They'd
how's
have to
that
be-
bait for
they'd
crabs?
have to be large enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Crabs do know land exists, though.
Not chickens.
No, but they know land exists.
Not all of them. You think every crab's been on land? No. But I'll answer that for you. No.
I think most crabs are born on land.
I don't know enough about the biology of crabs.
Yeah, it's because it's marine biology.
Fuck!
Anyways.
I got. But no, I just found that bizarre. That bait for a crab. I guess any meat, but still, the idea that it's chicken kind of threw me off.
It's a pretty fucked existence to go
That's
from
what I mean.
ancestors of dinosaurs
To now just eaten by everything on Earth.
and fucking taste so good.
And anything that someone hasn't tried says it tastes like chicken.
That is true.
Like it's just a comparison.
What's
You are
alligator
nothing.
taste like? Chicken.
You are nothing but just meat.
What do frog legs taste like? Chicken.
I've heard frog legs for sure. Yeah.
Alligator does too. It's just a little chewier.
I don't think I've ever had alligator.
It's not
I
bad.
don't think I've ever had frog legs.
Well,
I have a very mild.
you never went
palate.
frog gigging.
No, frog what? What was that?
Like me and the dirty boys down in the crick.
Oh my Jesus.
We were gigging frogs.
Crick boy.
Yeah. Yeah, raised
Crick
by
boy
the crick.
James Twitter account.
Snapping turtles and frogs,
That's true.
baby.
Like I've caught frogs. I've caught turtle. Like done all that. Snakes a couple times, but never ate them.
Turtle stew's fucking great.
I
But
don't think I could eat a turtle.
the only reason I liked the way that we made it is because we would make the turtle sit in a barrel for a couple of days and feed it fresh produce from our garden and replace the water. Because the water gets so fucking dirty because turtles eat dirty shit.
Yeah, turtles are
So you get them
gross.
all cleaned out. You cut their head off. It stays alive for 3 days. Still try to bite you. They don't need oxygen for that long. Snapping turtles, they're fucking aliens. But boy, do they taste pretty damn good.
I'm like disturbed by this.
But I would not go out and catch turtles and make turtle stew. But if somebody invited me, I would.
It sounds inhumane when you describe it that way.
Well,
I get
no,
that. I get
Nick,
what
you
you're
just
doing.
you gotta
I-
put them in a barrel of water to
I
where they know that
understand
they're
the
confined
process.
to this tight space. They have no sense of freedom. Make them sit in their own shit, but you do replace the water every once in a while. Make them realize how disgusting of a
Well,
creature
see, no,
they are.
that's the inhumane part. Is when you replace the water, they're like, oh, I'm getting taken care of here. This is nice.
Yeah, this is good. Except you would say that until you've met a snapping turtle.
I've never met like a big one.
Meet one. They're mean as fuck.
I've seen a few like in our yard.
It's like
growing
they're
up.
fighting for their life.
You're making this sound worse and worse. It's almost like you're
Yeah.
intending to do that.
Pete is not going to have a good time with this episode.
Yeah, we're just talking about decimating chickens and turtles. Oh, you have something. Go. You're cooking. I see it.
Well, so chickens
Let 'em
may
cook.
be the most preyed upon animal,
Okay.
but humans are definitely the easiest to laugh at.
Okay.
And
Interesting
this
premise.
loops back to that wedding.
Okay.
Best man fucked his speech up.
Oh God, I cringe. I can like people say they watch them on YouTube, like Bad Best Man. I cringe too hard.
I had to turn around so I wasn't laughing, and people didn't see me.
What do you do? I mean, what? Give me the.
My guess
rundown.
is he was like, "Hey, I'm a good speaker. I can wing this."
That's never good.
It did not seem like he had it planned, and
Did he ramble?
I think the issue is he got too drunk before. So no, his speech was probably 2 minutes tops, most likely less. Did not involve a toast.
Good.
Started off with, I've known him for 17 years, and you're like, oh, solid start. You know this guy. And then led into, he got me my job, so we worked together. And that was about the majority of his speech.
As a best man.
Yeah.
He got me a job.
And you could tell he was toasted.
Was he the one in the bathroom?
I'm starting to think.
You put
I'm
it together now?
I didn't see him not in the bathroom. I'll tell you that much.
That's never good. I feel like you have to prepare, even if it feels dumb. Because, like, no matter what, when you're reading it beforehand, it's going to sound horrible. But you have to at least have, I'm going to hit these couple points, cheers, I'm out.
And that's
like,
why,
shorter's better.
as co-best man, I'm going to put it all on Murph.
Oh,
the
yeah,
website.
I had that on my list. The wedding party's officially all announced, so we can start planning everything, essentially.
Yeah.
You are a co-best man, along with Murph, who I just fired.
Good look. It's a great look for him.
He's hired as co-best man. Co-captain.
Yep. Co-captain of this Little League team.
Phil's also in it, but based off his appearances here, or lack thereof, I'm not sure if he'll show up to the wedding.
And at the engagement party.
Shit, you're right. He wasn't at the engagement party.
Neither was Murph, though. So,
Well, that was expected.
they're both
Here,
Got
that's
real
why
low
it's
batting
worse.
averages.
With Murph, it's expected. With Phil, it's not expected.
It hurts.
That's why it hurts more. Yeah.
it hurts.
That's why Phil's not co-captain. Engagement party.
It
I'm
happens.
kidding. That wasn't it.
Maybe it's the fact that he let all 7 of his brothers in front of you.
All 7, and then someone else, and then me.
That's not a good feeling.
Go ahead.
Have you ever noticed?
You ready to cook?
Yeah,
Folks, have you heard about this? Go ahead.
yeah. By now, wealthy white kids have the most scuffed haircuts. Like you can tell the amount
Hold
of
on.
wealth.
You're using the term scuffed?
Yeah.
Like you feel comfortable using that term?
Oh, I feel comfortable sitting cross-legged.
I've noticed
now, as
that.
I feel
That's
comfortable.
new for this
It's
week?
new. It's actually because my back hurts and it
You
feels
like
like
it?
it's stretching it. Yeah, well,
I don't like it, but
debatable.
go ahead.
We'll
Yeah,
find
it
out. Honestly, that it makes you feel uncomfortable, I'm starting to like it a little more.
That makes sense. Scuffed, though. Scuffed, I've seen that term more and more. I'm not a fan.
I think
but
it works for this instance, but you
I've
can...
also, this goes into my hipster ways. I'm always behind, where I'm always like, that's stupid, and then I start saying it.
Yeah, and then... So, my issue is I normally will say the shit that the kids are saying, but I start off saying it ironically. But then you say
then
it
it
so much,
becomes-
it becomes
yeah.
your fucking vocabulary, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Remember YOLO?
Yeah, I do.
Good times.
I remember,
Anyway, scuffed haircuts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the FBGM era.
Oh my
If you
god.
know what I'm talking about, boys. Yeah, no, you can. It's like you can tell the wealth on a kid from how
Based off how
shitty their
bad the
haircut is. And it's like because they don't have to give a fuck. And so when we were in Dublin, Ohio, which is wealthy as shit, a condo there is like $600,000. It's insane to me. But we went to breakfast and ended up with this joint table. Sat like 12. Us and my girlfriend's friends were there for brunch on Sunday. And then a very wealthy family came in to celebrate their son's like 35th birthday.
Okay.
He didn't have hair, so no problem there. But one of their fucking sons, one of the brothers' sons, named Oliver, you could tell he didn't even try. He rolled out of fucking bed, put on what was probably a Gucci sweatshirt, but looked like you could have bought it from Target. His hair was just fucked. The kid was like probably 16, and just talking to his grandpa, and just the worst, most privileged conversation I've ever heard.
What was it?
He wanted to share his grandpa asked him this. He knew that he had went to the Bahamas recently and asked him what was the most disappointing part about the Bahamas.
That's the weirdest
That's a
way
weird
to start
fucking
a conversation. Yeah, that's
I don't know, Grandpa. Maybe the fact that I've never been there for me.
you asking me this question.
Yeah,
This
what the
has
fuck?
been the worst
No, but
part.
the kid just went right in.
Oh,
He's like,
like that's a normal thing for them.
you know, there's like a line sometimes for the water slide, and like something the food wasn't that good, and it's like, you little shit, Oliver, I'm about to beat your ass.
How old is this kid?
Probably 16.
16, and that's not good enough for him.
Apparently not.
With a scuffed haircut.
I was sleeping in a tent for vacation. Sometimes in my own yard. Like, what the fuck has this kid got going on? But yeah, no.
You should just beat his ass.
It just made me realize that lots of times wealthy kids, I don't know if it's because they don't have to worry about it, they don't give a fuck what it is. They normally have shitty ass haircuts.
I have noticed that more and more, but I feel like that's like,
Is it a trend right now?
I don't know, I feel like athletes is where a lot of this stuff, or influencers. So like
Could be it.
one of them debuts it to be weird, to be different, and then they get copycatted. That's my thought.
Yeah, that could be true. What's the guy's name? Matt Rife or whatever, the comedian who's on like fucking everything on all the social medias. He's got pretty fucked hair.
I don't know who he is.
You've seen him. If I showed you him, you've seen him. Trust me, you probably hate watching him. It's a thing you often do.
I do. I stay angry. No, Anthony was kind of questioning me on my comedian takes about the crowd work thing. I was like, I just hate it. Like, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
And then I named some of the people I was talking about. He's like, okay, I get it. It's not everybody, but like,
No.
if that's your whole act, then I hate it.
Exactly.
And I stand by that a lot of them are just like going on podcasts and telling these stories, and it's just not the same level as it used to be. Comedically. I do like Mark Norman, though. And Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. I'd say they're both good.
Love Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, big fan of him, aren't you?
Yep.
You can't wait to watch this movie.
He's my favorite.
I wish we had video so people could see the tension on your entire body as you uttered those words. Because you did not mean what you just said.
He's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
What do you know about the Berlin Wall?
It split East and West Germany, or East and West Berlin. A couple of Jews used to sneak through it. I read about that in a book called Milkweed. The kids all died.
You read a book?
I read a
I
couple
thought
of
you
them.
didn't read.
What the hell?
I don't know. I just thought that.
Decent at
I
reading.
thought you said that.
I like to read when school made me.
Mm.
I just don't ever start a book.
Do you know the Berlin Wall is not still in existence?
Yes.
Okay. The other day at work, I say, someone says, "What's up?" Right when I walk in, I go, "Not the Berlin Wall." Just throwaway, stupid thing to say. And they go, "What's that?" It was just kind of alarming because I was
How old were they?
older than me.
That's alarming.
But maybe it's just a weakness. But then multiple people at work didn't know what it was. So it's not. I'm not shaming this one dude.
There's a reason history repeats itself.
Right. That's more of what Microwave Guy and I were talking. I'm like, it's amazing. I wonder how many people don't know. Kind of, there's areas missing.
How traumatic of an event has to happen for people to actually remember for generations? Apparently not that, because Kanye West also doesn't believe it's real.
The Berlin Wall.
He probably doesn't believe that's real. He also, with the whole Holocaust, he thinks it's fake, so...
Did he say that explicitly? I haven't paid attention to what his comments were. I just saw that they were anti-Semitic or whatever. He said the Holocaust wasn't real?
In words, yes. And there's people who do believe it's not real.
I do know that.
Yeah.
Holocaust
that in a fucked up
deniers.
way, but
Yeah. You're fine.
the animal Holocaust is upon us.
The animal
I do know
Holocaust-
that one's
We'll
real.
have to
People
import
believe
that and play that audio at some point, too.
That's a good point. We do have that audio. We could probably just play the video.
I have some reviews of the shows we were talking about this week, but if you got something else on your list, go ahead.
I got plenty of stuff. With that wealthy restaurant that we went to for brunch.
Yes. You should have done all the wedding stuff at once. We keep
No, I
right.
like jumping around. It's fucked.
scuffed.
I have learned that if a place doesn't have salt and pepper on the table, it's probably not the place that I enjoy eating food at.
Okay.
It seems like
Okay.
more upscale places, they don't have salt and pepper on the table.
Because it's insulting to them because the food's that good.
I had a flatbread from this place called Kona.
Well, that's your mistake.
Fucking no flavor.
Wait, what kind of flatbread?
It's a good question. It was some type of short rib.
You went with short rib because you were talking about short rib
It
burgers
keeps
last
fucking
week.
happening. I realized it was the only thing on the menu that seemed filling to me. My other option was like a kimchi grain bowl. So
None of that sounds good.
I like kimchi, so I would have probably liked it, but it had no protein in it, like no meat. And I'm a firm believer if there's not meat in my meal, it's a snack. I just like
You are
mentally
full-
cannot get full.
You're full of food takes today. I like it.
I guess.
Short ribs. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, it had almost zero flavor.
Anything else from the wedding?
Maybe I'll surprise you later.
Okay, go ahead.
Dead
air.
Freedom of speech is under attack.
Is it?
Yeah. So there was a Florida county to where the sheriffs were talking about how if you say anything anti-Semitic, and how they stand with their Jewish brothers, that they will come after you with the full strength of the law. They also talked about littering, and if you do it with hateful intentions, then it's going to be counted as a hate crime, and you'll be charged more extreme.
How is freedom of speech under attack?
So they went pretty extreme there, and I agree with them. I stand with my Jewish brethren.
Well, as Abraham Lincoln said, if you're a racist, I'll attack you with the North.
And he did say that. So that happened. Well, the internet got a hold of it and decided to troll them.
Oh, God.
Which was funny to a point, and then it made it to the deep, dark depths of the internet, which is 4chan.
Right. I already knew where you were going.
All know it's fucking 4chan.
Which is like a worse Reddit.
To where people were saying shit like, let's kill this guy, specifically the sheriff, because he said he wanted a hit list on himself
Right.
for standing with his anti-Semitic brother. And they ended it with they said some awful things like shoot him in his fucking head, let's murder him. But they ended it with in Minecraft. So they weren't talking about real life.
Oh my God.
They're talking about in Minecraft. Well, that sheriff partnered up with the New Jersey Police Department, sent police to this guy's house, which looks exactly like the human being you would expect to say shit like that. Literally living with his mom, definitely in his 30s.
See, this is where like trolling goes too far though, because when people are like, "What he said in Minecraft," like he was clearly
it's a
he was
catch-all.
clearly trolling. No, but not even that. But he's
Hey, kill yourself
not
in
even
Minecraft.
Not even that. They're acknowledging the irony of what they're saying, but even that, it's like you're still saying it. Like like there's no the intent may be joking, but what you're leaving out there.
Maybe you put it after every sentence, not just at the bottom of your paragraph.
That too. But just in general, like, trolling's gone so far where people think they're so clever, and it's like, okay, you're still breaking the, you're doing whatever illegally.
But, so, he did get arrested. In his home, there's body cam footage of him getting arrested. And then that sheriff from Florida posted a photo of him getting arrested on Twitter and essentially said, look at this 4chan troll, looks like exactly what you'd expect, but we got him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he decided to have a press conference and reveal the guy's mugshot and talk about how they will go after people like that. Which, on one hand, sure. On the other hand, little disappointing that they can work together with multiple police departments and catch a man like that in a week because it hurt sheriff's fifis, but can't catch somebody committing a real crime most of the time. So.
It's a slight leap, I feel like.
Yeah. I think it's weird to celebrate
You can stand by, I guess, but I mean, you're trying to make an example, I guess.
Maybe.
No? I mean, it's more of a warning, like, hey, if you're going to keep doing this shit, you will be caught wherever you are.
Yeah, they still won't catch everybody. Other people will use
No.
better VPNs.
That too.
The internet will just evolve. Just like when Apple would go after people for using 3 MP3 converters from like YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And like
And that's still
fucking
a thing.
sue a kid for like millions of dollars.
Well, that was like the LimeWire thing and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd get more viruses. Your computer would explode.
Just computer aids. LimeWire, FrostWire. There's a fuck ton of them.
All the good stuff.
Yep. What do you got there? Chieftain?
I pranked my psychologist.
That's a waste of your own money. I
No,
want you to know.
This was a small one. I just put it down there because it made me laugh. I was sitting in like the waiting room. It's just me out there. And he opened the door. His patient before me went out, and he just said, "All right, 1 minute." Then he went back into the room, and I switched seats. I went to the other side of the room, and then he came out. He's like, "Did you just move?" I was like, "I don't know, probably." And he just laughed. But that was just a little prank, a little fun. Have a little fun in your life.
Sometimes maybe he thinks it's fun. Sometimes
He got a good chuckle.
maybe
out of
he
it.
thinks it's a symptom and he's going to start diagnosing you.
Even better. No, but I also did mention to him. I forget what we were talking about. At the end of the session, I mentioned the watch guy that we talked about, where he's like, "Oh, you wear your watch on your right wrist," or whatever. I was talking about how awkward the dude was, and he just died laughing. I was like, "You should listen to our podcast." But I feel like that'd be kind of a conflict of interest.
It would be a couple of things. I think that he would probably start diagnosing me with things.
It's a
And-
character.
Yeah,
In Minecraft.
in Minecraft. He gets it. Hey, full circle, baby. We all get it.
I put producer recruitment. That was supposed to be said at the beginning, and I feel like we should stop saying we're looking for a producer. It's pretty well known. But based off,
We just need to actually put together a fucking a job listing.
right, we need to actually do that, and then. But we pulled some stuff off today with that audio.
Yeah,
I was pretty smooth with it.
yeah, you were.
I'm so good at dragging things.
Yeah, it's alarming how good you can grab a file and drag it to anywhere you want on the computer.
Pretty good.
You're,
Pretty good.
if there were a competition for it, you would be in the special tier of the Olympics for it. 'Cause you're that good.
Also, we're going to do a gambling episode eventually with Brady and Murph. But considering Murph probably won't ever show up, it'll probably just be me and Brady. And maybe you, because you got involved.
Well, you could bring Jenico.
That's true. I think he mentioned that he'd want to be on at some point. I think he's doing a podcast.
Really?
I know they had talked
He
about it.
had one at one point, didn't he?
I remember trying to find it. I don't know if I ever did.
I think he had one or a YouTube channel at one point.
It was about hip-hop, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they ever put out episodes. If they did, I don't know where they are, because I tried to find it somewhat recently.
Yeah, Jenico, share that to us.
Yeah,
And if you don't, then we know you don't listen.
I know he listens, and I know that he said I think he said he's starting one, or maybe this is that project, and they're going to actually launch it. But he asked, I think us, to be on at some point, so that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I also know Deja's starting a podcast, and she asked us to be on at some point. So
Right,
we might
yeah.
be doing a podcast tour, and we can potentially put them, or at least our clips on our channel too.
Yeah, and then we'll do crowd work.
No crowd work. Zero crowd work.
Man.
I have an old review and Last of Us review.
Let's hear
I
them.
also fucked a Toledo Buzz podcast.
What?
There's a podcast, I guess, or something called the Toledo Buzz.
And you fucked it.
No, I'm saying fuck them.
Oh,
Competition.
okay.
I haven't looked too much into it, but Murph sent me a picture of a sticker for Toledo Buzz. They had a QR code.
It's not a podcast.
No? What is
Don't
it?
think so.
Radio show?
Don't think so either.
What is it?
If it's anything like the rest of the buzzes, it's like a small little newspaper thing or like a book they put out.
That's what, because I went to their Twitter and it was literally just all like clickbait national headlines with like no following.
Oh, maybe this is something else.
Regardless, fuck them.
Hey, fuck them.
Thank you. So Last of
You
Us.
know while we're at it, fuck the Block family. Carry on.
Who's the Black family?
People who own the Toledo Blade and
No,
Buckeye Cable.
no, why? Why?
they burnt down a competing newspaper company.
On purpose?
Yeah,
Arson?
years and years ago.
Okay.
Allegedly, allegedly.
In Minecraft.
I don't want them to burn down this,
In Minecraft.
but allegedly it happened. A customer told me at Best Buy, and you know what I always said? Customer's always right.
So, have you watched The Last of Us?
Yeah, all
Or
of it.
were you saying you just played the game?
No,
I
I
was
watched
trying to
it all
read
the
through
way
your
through.
text. Because you like ignored us all week and then sent like a paragraph, multiple paragraph thing.
Yep.
Okay. So you finished it, season 1. And you liked it?
Yeah.
Because of the
All
game?
except one episode.
Or which episode did you not like? Or why?
The
I
mall
guess.
episode.
The later one? When it's her and her friend?
Yep.
Why is that?
I felt like it was a waste of an episode. It should not have been that long.
I kind of thought the same thing.
And it was stuff that we all already knew had happened. So why are we developing this character who dies? It gives you more of an idea of the Ellie character, but it just felt like not that enjoyable of an episode.
I don't hate the show, but I'm not a huge fan of the Ellie character in general.
Why? Because she's trans in real life?
Is she?
I think she's pansexual or something.
Didn't even
She's
know
one
that.
of them.
Well, that's not the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But she's,
Just making
she's part
sure.
of the LGBTQ community.
No,
And as I've known, you're from Africa, which bans that stuff. So,
I'm from Africa.
yeah, aren't you?
Anyway, no, I didn't even know any of that. Go off, Queen. No, my issue is more just the character I didn't love, but she kind of grew on me. But early on, I was just like, okay, she's kind of annoying. But I think that was kind of the whole point.
Yep. Because she is in the game, too.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I never played the game. Also,
Me neither.
you said you did in text. I thought
No, I've seen
you
it.
said it kept to the game, so I thought you had
Yes.
played the game.
No.
Okay. Very few infected, like throughout the season 1. That was kind of another issue of mine. Is just like they ran into a few early on.
It's because it's so many years after a lot of them are dead.
Right, but I'm like, all right, I keep expecting it. I'm just saying from my experience, I was like, okay, next episode we'll have a ton of them or something's gonna happen.
I'm pretty sure it's like that in the game as well, and it kind of plays on the idea of that humans are actually the problem.
Right, and I get that too, but then also at the end, just like direct Walking Dead rip, where they find another society, not the one where the brother is, but the creepy guy, the father or whatever. They're cannibals. The exact same thing happened in Walking Dead when they reach a sanctuary, and then it turns out they're cannibals.
I feel like that's going to happen in any post-apocalyptic.
Right, and I was kind of working through it in my own head. I'm like, what else are they supposed to do? Like, I do get that would probably be an element of it, but I was like, such a direct
They almost added
correlation.
I don't want to spoil too much, but
I don't care. Go ahead.
They almost added like child molestation to it, so they did a little
What
bit of
was
a
that?
twist. Father tried to rape Ellie.
That is, that kind of came out of nowhere too. Very bizarre.
I seen it coming.
Did you?
Yeah, and not from the game. The only reason I know shit from the game is because I read some articles and also I've seen people play parts of it.
Well, I also get, because like in the game, I imagine there's harder and harder, like level or advancement. So then you're facing bigger characters or bigger infected, different versions of infected.
I don't think that's where it comes from. I think it's a lot of stealth.
Because in the beginning, they're like, they find like dead infected that are just like dried out.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, they die on their own and they can dry out. And then later on, you see like these giant mutated ones that are more
some
advanced.
of them do it for some reason.
See, like that's small things where I'm like,
Mutations.
I want that explanation, not they dry out. Oh wait, no, they don't, type of thing. But again, that's part of it. But it was just like I was like, okay, which one's true? Because like you said, we're so many years down the line, shouldn't we know? At the beginning, seeing all the variations. Like we shouldn't be surprised by clickers in a museum.
Ellie would though, because she'd never seen him. Most people hadn't left QZs.
I suppose that's true too. I also hated at the second QZ when they get ambushed. Or not the second one, but when they're on the road and they get ambushed. I just feel like it was a miscasting. I get that woman who was in charge there is supposed to be like sociopathic, so she's real low tone and everything. But I was like, she's not a leader in an apocalypse situation. Like how calm, how slow.
I think
there was no like aggressiveness to like what she was trying to do was aggressive, but her voice didn't carry the weight of it.
I thought it fit because it was like they had arrived just days after they'd overthrown Fedra.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, would she have lasted long? Now, if they had had that QZ for like a year without Fedra, fuck no. But just days after, to where she's essentially fucking executing people.
Right.
People are willing
well, that's
to
what I mean.
listen
Like
to
her actions were very hostile and aggressive. But I just feel like it was kind of a weird casting where she didn't seem like a fierce person. You know what I mean?
I get that. So what about old?
The M. Night Shyamalan movie that Phil told us to watch. Or he said he was watching it, and then I watched it. Not a great movie. By any stretch. Actually, a pretty bad movie all around.
I've not watched a lot of M. Night Shyamalan's movies, and I just don't think I would enjoy most of them.
No, and Phil also said he's watching The Village for the first time, which, first of all, that movie came out forever ago.
I think I watched that in, like, 8th grade.
Yeah, no, 100%. And, like, that one's not...
Because we read the book, and then we watched the movie.
Well, man, what do you say? It's, like, not a horror, it's a thriller or something?
Yeah.
I'm like,
he goes, I don't like scary movies. But then I found out it's a thriller.
Yeah, it's more of a... Regardless, The Village is not a great movie.
It's also not scary.
Old.
Sorry to tell you.
Staying on track. Horrible. The acting was bad, which threw me off. Because, like, M. Night Shyamalan, I was like... Even if his movies aren't great, he's a well-known, well-established director. There was, like, 2 actors that I recognized from other things, and they were pretty good, but the rest of it was atrocious, so you could have just picked people off the street to be in the movie.
Maybe he did.
Could have been.
Low budget.
He also cast himself in the movie. Not a big role, but I was like, oh, boy. Who are you, Hitchcock? But then there's a rapper character whose name is Mid-Sized Sedan.
Should have been Filet.
Mid-Sized Sedan is his rap name. Let's let that sit there for a second.
It's almost as good as Baby Freestyle.
It's horrible.
That was Baby No Money's first name. Just saying.
Anyway.
You get there, maybe he'll become Raptor next, you know?
The performances are bad, and then Phil's talking about this big twist, which first of all, they're on this beach, they're being watched, they're being watched, but they're all advancing really quickly in age. And then it turns out that it's a pharmaceutical company that owns the resort that knows the beach ages people quickly. So they're testing medicines because they know it advances and they can test a full lifetime within a day. So they're testing treatments or whatever.
Okay.
Horrible. Just, the plot was just completely convoluted.
Well, you ruined it for me, so...
You weren't going to care. You just said you
I
don't
like
watch
it
his
more
movies.
now.
Your whole, like, nonconformist vibe, I get it. All right? I get it. Go quiet quit, all right?
It sounds like it could be cool.
It
sounds like you fucked it up.
It was very convoluted where it could have been done differently and probably been okay.
The fact that the people figure out all this information feels weird to me. Did you figure it out as the viewer, or did they figure it out?
So, as a viewer, you see them on the beach, you see the last two people, because they were younger, they're, like, old now, and they find a way to escape through a riddle that, again, like, parts of it aren't great as to how they get out of there. Then they come back to the beach. There's a cut scene to where we see the underground pharmaceutical place. So, like, as the viewer, big reveal, here it is. They just show up, and they know, because it's only been a day. They had met a cop the day before, so they go to that cop. Here's a notebook that was conveniently left of all these people that have been here, and they're all dead. He starts calling in agents from somewhere, and they take them down. So, like, I don't even know if they realize it, but I'm like, that's a lot to just throw into like, this is all in the last 20 minutes of the movie, where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's a pharmaceutical company, by the way, they're getting taken down right now, by the way, there's, like, all at once. So it was, like, really dragged out, then really rushed. Like, it was both at the same time.
Yeah, that
which
sounds
all
like
didn't
shit.
add up, which tied in with the bad performances. The whole thing just kind of fell apart for me. And I just love that Phil liked it so much. There's a twist. I'm torn up on the twist. Phil, it wasn't...
The rush part is what's fucking it for me. I felt like it could be... There's sustenance there. It sounds like it was executed like shit.
Yes. Because, like, the
Because
idea...
everybody hates Big Pharma. So Big Pharma bad.
Right, that was
decent
good.
Movie
That was
idea.
good. But, like... Oh, and the dialogue was atrocious.
I got my big in, by the way.
What?
I always say big something. Big Pharma today.
Ah,
Big watch. Croissant watch.
big crick guy. We'll get to that.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh, and like I just said, the dialogue was also horrible. Like, if you watch it, there's just moments where it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
You don't get it, Nick. You can't speak when you're aging so quick. How would you?
They also weren't aging that quick. Like, if it would be like 10 minutes and then be like, oh wait, we all ate. It was very, very
Oh,
weird.
fuck, I have pubes.
Yeah,
Said
there's
the child.
I got you. There's also, there's a real young girl, real young guy. They age, have sex when she's pregnant, and has a kid all within like 2 scenes.
That's good.
Yeah,
Luckily, they're there for a day.
very bizarre. Oh, the baby dies though.
That's good.
Lack of attention. She sat down on a towel and 30 seconds went by, which was like a year. That's what she literally goes, it died from lack of attention.
Glad she told us.
Good dialogue. Good stuff. What'd you just say? Croissant watch.
Yeah.
No croissants. Haven't been any croissants.
Well, there was last week.
Oh, you
When we called in.
want to check Mike?
Yeah.
That's true, because I did take a half day this week, so I could have been there that day.
And I think Mike's just better at his job than you.
In terms of croissant watch?
Sure.
Probably. Give Mike a call.
Hello.
Hey, croissant watch. Any this week?
It's been a light week for the croissants, unfortunately. I'd be looking maybe next week, later in the week, possibly some croissants then. But otherwise, you're really just looking at some yeast donuts.
I think we're going to need like 1 to 3 croissants next week to make up.
Well, I certainly hope that comes into the picture. But right now, it's really been a tough time of the year. If you know anything about croissants, and obviously you don't, you would understand the situation we're facing here. It's been brutal out there,
Global
and so
supply chain
I
issues.
really encourage people, take the yeast.
How's the parody song coming?
Actually, I'm working on it right now.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
Yeah, okay.
Throw Throw a croissant line in there for us.
I will. Yeah, well, I'm working on that.
All right, perfect.
So-
I'll see you. See you
All
on the line.
All right.
Do you feel good about saying that?
What?
See you on the line.
Well, we're both on the line tomorrow, putting in a temp. Temps are there, so we're filling in for temps on the line, putting stuff in. No croissants. Late week. Go for the yeast donuts.
What the fuck's a yeast donut?
It's a donut with yeast.
Aren't all donuts made with yeast?
No.
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 Actually, bread is, though. Not
Yes.
all bread.
Sourdough bread is made with the same yeast originally made from sourdough bread.
Yeah, that is a crazy fact.
Right?
What a time.
You're welcome.
It also processes in your stomach different. It's better for you.
Is it? Sourdough?
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Fermentation. No. Other than, how do you feel about car companies making jokes?
What do you mean? That's very vague.
Well, Ford came out with the male-only edition on Women's Day, which was just a joke, which went over well for the internet. But what I'm more excited about is Chevy came out with the Chevy Meteor, or Project Meteor,
Okay.
and it's going to be their super fast truck to compete with Raptor and TRX from Ram and Ford. And in other car news,
Big car guy Phil.
big
Tune
car guy
in.
Phil isn't here, so I got to fill in. Challenger Demon 170 or 107, the new one that just came out or is coming out, reaches 60 miles per hour in 1.62 seconds, faster than even the Teslas.
When is that necessary?
Well, Nick, so you wouldn't get it.
No.
But let's say if you were driving, right, and
And you're going 0.
there was a rocket ship about to pass you and you're going 0, and you knew that guy was going to fuck your wife, you would want to be able to go there
beat him.
quicker than him.
Okay.
Because not that your wife would,
Well, no. Here's the problem.
because she loves you,
So you get 0 to 60.
but you
but
don't want to
he's
give him the
al-
opportunity.
If you go 0 to 60 from a dead stop, but he's already going 80, he's still gonna go by you, and fuck your wife.
And you're going to have to watch. But you will have a car. That's pretty quick.
You'll be very quicker
And now
to
it's
watch.
useful. And now it's useful.
When you pitch it like that, now I get it.
Use
No,
case.
I get it.
0 to 60 in 1.62. So you can watch your wife get fucked.
It's a good sales pitch.
Might work. Some say I'm a salesman. I think that's all we got.
Okay. I just don't like the way this ended, but that's all right.
Well, we ended it with movie reviews and show reviews, and I think it ended
And
well.
watching people's wives get fucked. Unless you have the car that goes 0 to 60.
Well, then you get to watch. If you don't, then the guy, the rocket ship man, gets to fuck
Beats
your
you,
wife
and because he's
leave,
fast,
so you
yeah,
don't
he's
even
already
know.
out of there by
But
the
you
time
know.
you get there.
But you know. But you don't know.
But you know.
You know.
But you have no idea.
You hope not.
All right. I think we just end this.
You pray it doesn't happen like I pray for a croissant.
They're not here, okay? I can tweet at the Young and
I think it's your
Restless
fault.
all I want, but it's not
I
happening.
don't think you're doing enough.
All right, I'll double it.
I'm going to fire you from that job. And not CC you on it.
I don't have to CC you for a personnel decision.
Next time you want to call off, CCB.
That'd be great. Hey, I'm not coming in. CC this person. Who is this on this email?
He needs to know.
I will hire and fire whoever I want.
Run it by me.
I approve. Oh, good. I'm off. No
See?
problem.
It's simple as that. Jesus.
This has been the 3 Dot Podcast.